Welcome back, guys, and today we're going to be learning how to germinate. I just installed this grow tent and now we need some seeds for it. Alright, so first we're going to go over the materials you'll need to germinate your seeds. So here I just have these little plastic cups that come with lids. I think these are kind of like condiment containers. I got these from the Dollar Tree, and these are going to be small greenhouses for our bigger seeds. And then we have this aluminum casserole tin that I also got from the Dollar Tree. I also have these spinach boxes that are emptied out. That's a good alternative as well. You just want something that is capable of being like a little greenhouse, something that you can cover with Saran wrap. Then we have these rapid rooter plugs. I got 2 packs of these from Amazon. They were only about like $10 and each comes with 50. All my seeds I got from MI Gardener's website, and they're all 99 cents. And I'll post all the links in the description, even though I'm definitely not affiliated with or sponsored by anybody. This is a 1-gallon size bucket filled with nutrient water, and I got the bucket at the Dollar Tree. Here is a little watering can that's also got nutrient water in it. You're going to need some paper towels. And then you're going to need a warming tray. So this one I actually got from my boyfriend's mom, but warmth is needed to speed up the chemical reactions that are taking place in that seed when the plant embryo is growing. So you definitely want to have it warm. Then we're going to take these rapid rooters, you're going to open them up, and this is just the method I use. There's definitely tons of methods you can use, there's other media that you can use, but for me, I wanted to do the rapid rooters. I've done some research and this was kind of what looked the best to me. So what I decided to do was I had created a list of all of the different plants that I was going to be trying out with hydroponics, all the plants and herbs, and I'm lining them all up right now, and they're kind of going in order of the sequence of my hydroponics setup, so I have all of that written out in a Word document. You definitely don't have to be that specific with it. I'm just kind of trying to document my little experiments as I go along here, but I'm just going to speed this up now. Basically, this is just going to be showing me lining up all of the rapid rooters in this tin, and then we'll come back. As you can see here, I enlisted the help of my boyfriend, who so generously decided to come and help me germinate these seeds. So here you can start to see us actually putting the seeds into the little holes of the root plugs. So you can kind of see it in the top left-hand corner here, but what we did was we took one of those little plastic containers and put some nutrient water inside of it, and we dipped the edge of our chopsticks into the water and then used that water to kind of grab up some of the seeds that I had sprinkled on a paper towel. So the goal here is to put maybe 3 to 5 seeds in each plant plug, just because you want to maximize your output. You want to make sure that you're doing more than just 1 or 2, because it's likely that not every single seed will end up germinating. So this is kind of what we did. It's a bit of a tedious process, but this upfront work really pays off when the hydroponics start to give you lots of produce. Now, for bigger seeds, we don't put them directly into the plug holes just because they're a little bit too big. But what I did here was I took the condiment containers that have lids, put a little bit of paper towel inside, and drizzle some nutrient water over the top. And then you just kind of want to dump out any excess water just so that it's not saturating the seeds entirely in water. And then you're just going to put whatever seeds are a little bit too large for the plant plugs in there, and that's going to let them germinate. So here I put some beans in there, and these are just going to germinate with the cap on, and that's going to make kind of a little greenhouse so that these can sprout. This is just kind of a makeshift way. There's lots of ways you can do this, but I'm more interested in cost effectiveness, so that's kind of why I chose to do it this way. So here we're just continuing to fill the plugs. We actually finished these off camera just because this part is a little bit tedious, but I wanted to include these clips just so you could see at the top how we were grabbing the seeds with the chopsticks. And here is some catnip for our cat. Unfortunately, I forgot to turn the recorder on when I was pouring nutrient water over all the rapid rooter plugs, but I did that, and then now we're going to cover everything with Saran wrap to make kind of a small insulated greenhouse. Now, it's important that seeds get moist media, whether that's soil or these rapid rooters, whatever it is that you're using, they need water in order for the seed coat to swell and open. So water is essential because then it also helps transport nutrients through the seed in the plant. I use a nutrient water that I pre-mix, and I'll have another video that shows how I make my nutrient water, but I do that pre-mixed nutrient water solution in a diluted form so that the seedlings can get a good start, a healthy start. And because we're doing this hydroponically, I'm using the General Hydroponics rapid rooters, and I also use General Hydroponics for my nutrient water. Now back to this little greenhouse we're making here. I'm just taking saran wrap and covering the top of the casserole tin as best as I can, and I just do a few layers of this. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to make somewhat of a small greenhouse. You can also use a Tupperware container with a see-through lid. Like I said, you can use a spinach container like the one I showed earlier, really anything that can seal and keep humidity inside. And I really would encourage you to get creative. I think a lot of people think that gardening, growing things is a really expensive hobby, and there's definitely workarounds to save money and cut costs and upcycle. So here you just see me putting together a heat mat. I'm just gonna basically plug it in and then set the little tin that I made on top of it and put it under some grow lights to help speed up the germination process. Now, this is usually done to keep the soil up to 20 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than the surrounding air. And now, the jury's kind of out as far as grow lights. You can read online that some vegetables do like grow lights, some vegetables don't like grow lights. Because we're using rapid rooter plugs, it's going to simulate the experience of really planting seeds in the ground to an extent, meaning that when the seeds drop into the rapid rooter plug, they are going to be a little bit guarded and shielded by the rapid rooter peat moss material that it's made out of. It's made out of peat moss and a binder. So that's going to kind of encapsulate the seed enough to where it's not going to be getting direct sunlight. So I just want to say a disclaimer that I am not a professional in any way. That's about all I've got for you on germination today, and I put the lights on a 12-hour timer and we'll be back with more updates. So if you felt this video was helpful, please give it a like, subscribe, comment, share, whatever you feel led to do, and I will be back soon. Thank you.
Was that just exhausting, Bubba? Oh my gosh. That was tiring.